Time Hunter. Peculiar Lives by Philip Percy Hallard. Read by John Leeson. Readers of my earlier book, The Peculiar, will recognize in the current volume the sequel and conclusion to its remarkable story. Like The Peculiar, Peculiar Lives is not fiction, but a true chronicle in which some of the names and locations have alone been altered. In recounting incidents at which I was not myself present, I have endeavoured to stay as true as possible to the accounts given me by the real individuals involved. Rarely I have permitted myself a novelist's license, and on all such occasions I have remained as faithful as I am able to the spirit of events, if not their letter. I am aware that to some readers these statements will seem outlandish. To maintain that The Peculiar and Peculiar Lives are true accounts is to claim a historical status for persons and happenings surely more suited to the lurid fantasies which come to us in magazine form from the far side of the Atlantic. After all, even the late Mr. Wells, in presenting us with the scientific possibility of travelling through time, restrained himself from any pretence that his whimsical account was the truth. I have not Mr. Wells' advantages, however. I not only know that time travel is possible, but have seen its effects with my own eyes. I have been in direct, if mostly unwitting, contact with a being from the distant future. I know the truth that there have walked among human beings as innocuous as myself, individuals whose abilities are so potent that our feeble species should tremble at their footsteps. I know how these creatures came to exist, and I know the lengths to which our worldly authorities will go to end their existences, if they may. I am older now than my 64 years, and my novels are largely neglected. My ideas, more important to me by far than the sprawling tales in which I have presented them, almost universally ignored. When I add that the recent experiences of which I write confirm that my other stories, The Coming Times, Men of the Times, The Star Beasts, have also been, if not absolutely true, then at least inspired and guided by a mind beyond and far superior to my own, I will doubtless be spurned as a ranting madman. No matter. I fear I will not be required to endure the kindly scorn of my critics for much longer. I set this chronicle before you now as a true account of the events which transpired in the summer of 1950, involving the young woman named Emily Blandish, her unique associate, Honoré Lechasseur, young Percival, the Peculiar, and myself. Treat it as a fantasy if you will, but a fantasy which embodies, like all the best of its kind, certain truths about reality. In the end, that is all I am entitled to ask.